In the early fall of 2018, I embarked on my first night in the woods, alone, on a quick solo trip. Between trying to hunt some geese, my campsite getting stolen, and it being the first night in the woods alone, it turned out to be quite the trip. Hope you guys enjoy. Sam here from Canoe Troopers. This first solo trip. Some swimming buckets. So today was good. It was eventful. Never had a campsite stolen from me before, so it's a first. And yeah, I'm doing it. I mean, this morning when I woke up, I had no idea what tonight was going to look like. I think that was the beauty of it. But still lots of adventure. I gotta cook up my steak still. I've just been go, go, go. I was worried that I didn't have enough wood, so I kept trying to go to find something, and it's too dark now. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait for these coals to die down, and then I'll cook up a little fire rooney, and then or a little steak rooney. Then I was gonna go down to the water, but I don't think I'm gonna move from my little perch here. I have my tent there, my rope thing there. It's just, I mean, even with the headlamp, it's really rocky going down there. So, and since I'm solo, I think I'll stay up here tonight. God, I gotta stay away from the Band-Aid area of the table. Fuck, some people, man. Some people. I'm about to go through this battery. That's how much I've been filming. It's hard to believe. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys. Show you how I'm gonna do my steak. It's just gonna be medium rare over this fire. I got some steak spice. It's a tenderloin that Francine's dad Bill brought us. He brought us like the full tenderloin, cut off the cow, and yeah, it's tasty, and it was a good piece. So thanks, Bill. I know you probably don't watch these, but appreciate it. Yeah, and it's too dark to go through my gear. Show you guys what gear I have, but I'm comfortable here. I have everything I need. I brought my 10 liters of water. Yeah, it's gonna be a good night. I'm still sweating a bit. Just getting everything in here. I brought the canoe up from the water a bit more. Just help me sleep better at night. So I know people are going to ask, bear defense or anti-bear systems or anti-animal. So first, I made sure everything was clean off the campsite. Anything that has a scent, I hung it in a bear bag. I can show you in the morning. Your second line of defense, if that fails, this is my favorite, stinky socks. This is kind of like the skunk theory. It's like, who would want to eat an animal that smells like that, right? So, Always important. Keep your pair of stinky socks obviously off your mattress, but yeah, close by in the tent. What's next? So if deterrents don't work, I also sleep with my Granspers Brook. This is the small forest stack. Am I worried about it too much? No. Do I think about it? Sometimes. I actually used to sleep really well in the woods, and then it was Wayne and I actually. It must have been 6 years ago now. We this is actually probably a good tip as well for being bear aware or just any animal aware. We had set our tent up. Really nice tenting spot, looking out into Opeongo Lake. Great view, everything. Yeah, we went to bed, didn't think anything of it. And then Wayne wakes me up in the middle of the night. He gives me a nudge. He's like, "Sam, there's something out there." So I kind of perk up. I listen for, I don't know, must have been 3 or 4 minutes. I'm like, "Man, there's nothing out there." And just as I put my head back down and hit the pillow, all you hear is a running right towards our tent. And so I jump up with my flashlight, turn on my flashlight. I had this, no, I don't think I have it anymore. I think I lost it somewhere. I don't know how. The thing's huge. I had like a 10-inch fixed blade Gerber knife. Pulled out of the sheath, and I started waving it with sorry, I didn't pull it out of the sheath. I pulled it up with the sheath, and I started waving it. And right as soon as I thought we were going to get trampled by whatever this is, or it was going to come in our tent, it kind of just veered off. It must have saw the tent. Bizarre story. I'm sure it was a moose. But yeah, I think I found one big track, and then I couldn't find anything else in all of like the mud slugs and stuff like that. So crazy. So yeah, after that I didn't sleep so well in the woods, and it's always the little critters just breaking twigs and stuff like that sounds bigger than it is, and you know, I'm sure that keeps anyone up at night. I just bought this solo tent. It's not a solo tent, it's a 2-person tent. I just bought this tent last year. Actually, I had the bigger, I forget what it was. It's an MEC tent. This one is the, I forget the name. I'll put the name somewhere here. But before that, I had like a bigger 3 or 4-person tent, and I had it for maybe 3 years and deteriorated. I brought it back to the store for store credit, no problem. So MEC is really good for that. Actually, I returned a pair of pants that I wore 3 times, and then the seam broke, but it was like 10 years later or 8 years later, and they still let me return it. I kind of gave the story. I'm like, hey, like, you know, I know it's been a while, but I've only worn these pants, you know, 3 or 4 times, and look what it's already done. And they were nice enough, and they let me return it. So what's up, everyone? Survived the night. Pretty well all packed up. I'm just gonna make breakfast. I'll just show you guys the gear that I brought in, and I'll talk about it briefly, starting with my life jacket. Pretty simple. In there I always keep flint steel and some lighters that are double bagged, along with a space blanket. That's my pack. It's the Mech Ibex 85, I believe. They don't sell it at Mech anymore, but the thing's an absolute beast. That there is a fillet knife for the shore lunch. That's my Granspers Brook small forest axe. That's my 12 gauge. That's the Maverick 88 shotgun. With a few shells there. That's something new I just got from Mac. It's a coffee press. My fishing rod, which is the Akuma Citrix. Haven't had any problems with that. Then the Agua Canyon folding saw. That's in my mind probably my best purchase this year. It's so easy to set up. It sets up in like 5 seconds, and you're good to go. My kitchen, just a small stove inside there. A sink, a spoon. I keep all my clothes in a waterproof compression sack. That tent that I was using is the Mech Spark 2. That's my sleeping bag. It's the Mech Drake 0. And that's my sleeping pad. It's the as you can see there, it's the Mech Vector. So it's very good. It's very doesn't take up that much volume, and it's a really good sleep. So worth it in my opinion. Oh, it's this here too. Like I said, I brought in my water this time. That's a 10-liter water cube I got from Mac for $9, so it's a pretty good price. And where's the Kleenex? You need one. That's probably one of the better decisions I think I made. I was getting in and out of the portages and just around some of the cottages. There's like tires and crap there in the water, so it's definitely not a fresh, clean, pristine lake like you might even find in Algonquin. So anyway, glad I didn't filter today. And that's gonna fold up, and I'm gonna drink it all before I get to the portage. So it was kind of a little bit of a pain bringing in yesterday, but today it should be no problem at all. Not a bad view from the tent this morning. So, like I said, I'm gonna pack up, get some quick breakfast, and then let's get hunting and fishing. What's up, everyone? Sam here. So, just found a decent spot to fish. Been casting a few times, no bites yet, but I'm gonna have to try to mix it up. I'm just kind of using a pink wacky worm. Oh. But it was overcast this morning, as you can tell behind me. It's starting to clear up a bit. I'm shocked I haven't caught anything yet. I've probably done about, I don't know, 15 or 20 casts and nothing yet. So I might try going downstream a bit, check out the rapids, and then yeah, probably head back. No sign of any geese or anything. So I did hear a few gunshots this morning. Not too many. Just last night really was the most amount that I've heard the whole trip. So I might try switching up colors. Like I might go with like a more like a frog color. See if that works, because right now nothing on pink. And normally for weeds like this it'd be every few casts. Especially because I'm getting really deep in some of this stuff. Alright, one more cast. I'll switch up. I did get an eater here. I'm just going to show you. Might be able to actually film some on my camera. Don't want to get hooked. This guy's actually a monster. So yeah, this is the monster I just caught, guys. My big camera battery died, so I'm on my Samsung S8, but here it is. So I'm going to let him go, because he's actually been out of the water for quite some time. But yeah, nice fish. Yeah, that thing was a pig. I'm starting to get blisters on my hands. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to show you guys. That you guys were going to think that you suck at fishing. But what really irks me is that all the good fishing was actually right near the original site I was supposed to have last night. So had I have gotten that campsite, I might have done a lot better this morning. Because there's nothing. As soon as you get downstream, there's just those catching those small ones. But some of them were like the size of the worm I was using, but there's definitely some pigs around here. So, fortunately, it's a little too late in the day to do the catch and cook, like I said. So, I have another trip coming up. What the heck is that? I have another trip coming up to the French River at the end of the month. So, that will probably be the catch and cook video. This might actually be the end of the trip. Thanks for following along. Hope you enjoyed it. Probably just gonna head back to the portage and yeah, probably head home, and it's been a great trip.